Every year around this time, I am met with the unsatiable, unscratchable itch to go to space. And every year I'm left with the same conundrum. What space game trailer with a female narrator is going to interest me the most? You know the ones I'm talking about.
In space, every action has weight. Open a door, sit in a chair. Eventually, the animations will play. Traverse the galaxy, one loading screen at a time. Command legendary ships, some of which aren't finished yet, or won't be for another 15 years. But please buy them anyway. Experience true freedom within a carefully defined set of menus. The universe is calling, but please be patient.
Yeah, you know which ones I'm talking about. And a community member and moderator reached out to me and said, hey, Star Citizen is in the best spot that it has ever been, and I want to take you on a nice curated journey to experience some of the new content. And after going on this curated adventure and experiencing what Star Citizen has to offer in 2026, I was then left with an overwhelming sense of needing to uninstall that fucking launcher from my PC. We decided to opt into the Onyx space station mission, which, don't get me wrong, was a visual spectacle at 24 FPS. The lighting, the textures, the intricate layouts of this facility were actually fucking awesome. And as we descended further into the lower regions of this base, I descended further into fucking madness, with the AI combat feeling and looking like this. What in the fuck?
Friendly down!
I think I missed him. Never mind. Oh, behind you, Frank.
They got me! Look out!
What in the fuck?
They're gonna pay for that.
And now, don't get me wrong. 2 years ago, the AI was looking like this.
You're about to freeze me, by the way.
What in the fuck?
Like I said, server's broken. I can't sprint. You're about to
Somebody
freeze.
killed this city.
I did it. I'm sorry. I'm doing it.
All right,
I'd
let's
rather
get done.
start
That's
from
it.
scratch.
All right, I'm alt F4ing.
Fuck that. Fuck
Alright,
that.
here we go.
And if it
Wow.
does-
And I was told then that once server meshing comes into the game, none of these issues are going to matter. They're not going to happen anymore. The server meshing is what's causing the AI to be like this. You just don't understand. And a server meshing has come to the game. This was the huge update that every Star Citizen fanboy was coping, was going to save the game, was going to make the game feel absolutely incredible when it gets there. It's going to change everything. And it still plays like total shit. We got to a point where these alien dogs started spawning and running around like an early access asset flip, desyncing all over the place. The AI human enemies there calling out to you that they're suppressing fire every 5 seconds.
Suppressing fire!
He's not even okay.
Laying down cover! Stepping out!
Where the fuck are they yelling from? Oh, right back here.
Friendly down! Here! Switching cover! They're gonna pay for that. Hold it! Look out! Under fire! Down cover! Kick it! Contact!
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Suppressive fire!
We're getting swarmed. Head towards me, there's an elevator coming in.
Laying down cover! I hear somewhere.
Cover ourselves while
You're covered! Down!
They're just
the
T-posing, dude.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, no. Very threatening stuff there. All the while, I'm stressing in the middle of a gunfight trying to pick up a gun on the ground that has an entire animation tied to it, like that really fucking matters. It's like this game tries its hardest to trip over itself, trying to have every bell and whistle in there from the jump. Everything you do has an animation tied to it, which simultaneously makes the game clunkier than trying to land a Boeing 747 in a Walmart parking lot. And the thing is, I can't even be mad at it because like the player base loves it. We were at a random space station and we watched this player just walk around the corner, aura maxing his ass off, walking as slow as could possibly be. I thought it was an NPC, but it's just some random player walking around like he owns the place and he loves it. And the thing is, like, I'm not even mad at the game. When you look at the website and you see that they're very transparent about their funding, if all of this information is true, they've raised $964 million at the time of recording this video. And so when you look at the crowdfunding timeline, in the last week, the lowest amount of money they made on a day was $317,000 in a single day, with people buying ships in a game that barely functions as a video game. And when I say that, there are a lot of mechanics in Star Citizen that work very, very well. I think their ship flight mechanics are fucking incredible. The game feels good when I'm flying between points. It's dope. They've completely reworked the inventory system. I'm not the biggest fan of this, like, you know, in real space inventory system. I find it, again, just another clunky mechanic that really didn't need to be reworked. Granted, their old inventory system was also dog shit. It's like they really just can't figure out how to make a solid, functional, but also not fucking clunky inventory system. But they got mining, they got bounty hunting, they have a whole, like, prison and, like, law system. All of the stuff that surrounds the off-planet shit, it's definitely pretty cool by comparison if you're talking about comparing to the ground shit, but realistically, the entire game just feels like it still needs like 4 to 5 years of development to even be worth actually playing. And after so many years in development, I'm trying to wrap my head around the timeline of when we're going to see this game finally get its shit together. And I'm still trying to figure out the over-under on whether or not Squadron 42 is going to be launching this year. At the end of 2025, in his letter to the community, Chris Roberts came out and said that the game is now playable front to back, and they've been playing through and doing sessions, and now they're working on polishing and optimization. How playable is playable, though? Because Star Citizen is playable, but I'll be fucked if I want to put more than an hour's worth of time into it. And on a 40-hour campaign, there's a lot of work now that goes into. If it just became playable front to back, you still have all the optimizations, you still have a ton of polishing. I don't know if Squadron 42 is launching this year. The next CitizenCon isn't until October of 2026. I can't imagine they're going to be releasing this game around the same time as GTA. I don't know. I don't know. But every time I get told to go back and check out Star Citizen, it's been a while, Big Fry. The game's in a much better spot than the last time you played. It's always fucking ass. And it comes a point in time where, like, I feel like people need to start asking questions like, bro, $1 billion in crowdfunding, 12 plus years in development, and we're still sitting here in like pre-alpha / tech demo territory. Not all of the features are in the game yet. We haven't even hit to a point where we can even be looking at some potential sort of beta. What the actual fuck is going on? And when I ask these questions, I'm always met with the, well, I mean, there's no other game like Star Citizen, and that is true. Absolutely, that is true. There is no other game on the market like Star Citizen. But in terms of actually taking this vision and fucking hitting it out of the park and bringing it home, like when? What timeline are we looking at? Because every single time I have heard a timeline, it's been bullshit. And then when those updates do eventually come, they're half-assed, or there's another excuse, or there's another reason why this mechanic doesn't work yet. But well, because we're waiting on this, and it's been a fucking shit show for over a decade. But I'm an outsider, right? I'm not in the forums. I don't have $10,000 in ships. I'm just somebody who desperately wants to play a game like Star Citizen. But every time I play it, I see that there's been focus placed in areas that don't make fucking sense to me. And so I wanted to make a video. I have a lot of people that always ask me about Star Citizen. I got the itch to jump in recently, and man, I was recording. I was hoping that the op was going to be actually pretty decent. I hadn't played since before server meshing, and the last time we played, it was a fucking disaster. And so I was like, there's no way it could be worse than that. And even though it might not have been worse, it still wasn't any fucking better after 2 years. So I don't get it. Star Citizen fans, enlighten me. What the fuck is going on over at CIG? When do you think Squadron 42 is going to be launching? And do you think that when that game launches, that all of those people that were working on Squadron 42 are going to shift over to Star Citizen so we can start seeing some actual fucking progress in the places that matter? Where are we at? Sound off down below. As always, my name is Big Fry. I'm disappointed that Star Citizen is still in the rough state that it's in. There's clearly been progress in ways, and there's clearly been focus placed in places that maybe I disagree with. And by every metric, you know, you talk about the financials, you talk about the community engagement. These guys are succeeding. They're fucking succeeding hand over fist. As a video game, as a product, I still don't get it. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts. As always, my name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.